Hi, family and friends. Welcome to the virtual school with Miss Betty at TLC2. It is our activity time. So we have two very fun activities on today. One activity has to do with the letter of the week, and our letter of the week is the letter V. And the other activity has to do with the color of the month. And the color of the month is the color brown. So let's begin. We're going to start with our first activity, which is the letter V, and we are going to make a vase because we know that vase starts with the letter V. Va, va, va. That is the sound. So what we have here is just some printout things that we find online. We found online. And this is a V with looks like water in it. Found this online. And we have some flowers here. Two flowers. Then we have some stem. And then we have some leaves. So you will need these printouts that we found online. You will also need white piece of construction paper. And you will need some glue. Okay, so let's begin. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to put the stems on first. Okay, so we're going to glue the stems. Again, there are two stems here. And the reason why I am putting the stems on first is because when I put the V for vase on, I want it to look like the stems are inside of the vase. Okay, but you can have your children do it however they like. I just chose to do it this way. So we have our two stems here. And then we're going to add the leaves because leaves grow on stems. So we have the two leaves here. And we are going to put them on the stems. Again, it's not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. We just want them to be as creative as possible. And you can also talk about flowers. You can talk about the letter V. You can talk about vases. So there's different things that we can talk about while we are doing the activity. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add the vase now. Okay. Again, I like to use the stick glue because to me it's less messier. So then I am putting the V on the stems. And you can have them, like I say, they can do it however they like. My stems are sort of apart here, but they can be closer. But however the children wants to do it. And now we're going to add the flower. Now this is the season of fall, so you can talk about how the flowers, we don't really see them too much in the fall, what happens to them in the fall. You can talk about the leaves that are on the stems, what happens to leaves in the fall. Again, there are so many different things that you can talk about during this time. And that is our first activity. So our first activity, again, we made a vase for the letter of the week, and the letter of the week is V. And the V sounds make a ba, ba, ba. And here is the finished result of our vase. Okay? Again, you can see that the V is there. So that is our first activity. Our second activity, we are going to make a brown bear because the color of the month is brown. So we are going to make a brown bear. And what we have here is a paper bag. For the body, we have the head. For the bear, we have the nose and mouth for the bear. And we have some googly eyes. If you don't have the googly eyes, you can have your children draw in the eyes. But we just have some googly eyes here. And this is nothing but construction paper cut out in a bear head shape. And you can find a template of a bear on the internet. The same with this one, this piece of brown construction paper cut out in a circle shape and just drew in what would look like a nose and a mouth. Okay, so I think the first thing I am going to do is put the eyes and nose on the bear's head. And again, we can talk about the color brown. You can talk about some other things that are brown. You know, bears are brown. Chocolate chip cookies are brown. You can have them bring out some brown things that are in the house that are brown. So there's some different things you can talk about during this activity. We can also talk about bears. Winter is coming. What happens to bears in the winter? Many of them hibernate. You can talk about hibernate. What does hibernating mean? It means that they sleep throughout the whole winter. Okay, so different things I say you can talk about to make this activity interesting and fun. So we are going to, again, so I put the eyes and the nose on the bear's face first. I chose to do that first, okay? But if they don't want to do that first, it's fine. You want them to do it however they like. Then we are going to glue the face on the bag, okay? And let's do that. Let's glue the head or the face of the bear on the bag. And now we have our bear. Again, this is just a paper bag, brown construction paper, cut out in the shape of a bear's head. And you can find templates of a bear's head on the internet that you can print out. So you can have the template to go by it to be as your guide. I have some googly eyes here. If you do not have any googly eyes, your children can draw in eyes for the bear. And they can even draw in the nose and the mouth as well. But I just have construction paper here where I kind of drew in the nose and mouth on it and added it to it. But they can do all of that on the head itself. And this is our bear. If they want to add something to the bag, they can. They can be as creative as possible. So again, our two activities that we did today, the first one had to do with the letter of the week. And the letter of the week is V. And we made a vase using some things that we found online. The V with some water in it, some stem, and some flowers. V for vase. And then the second activity was the color of the month. And the color of the month is brown. So we made a brown bear. Okay? Thank you so much for visiting. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.